Have you even wondered where did that burnout begin? In this video, I am going to be sharing to you the stages of burnout. Of course, it all started when you are feeling excited about a new task. Say, you are becoming a mom, or you got a new job, or you are starting a business. And so you were so excited and you want to excel, you want to do your best, you want to be the best. And so you are given your all, or you gave your all. You are having so much satisfaction on this job, on this new task, and on this new business that you became obsessed of just coming up to a very satisfying turnout. Stage 2 of burnout is where the onset of these untoward emotion begins, or you'll feel this physical signs like headache, and you thought it's just normal and you're just having migraine, but you're not able to recognize that you're already starting to burn out from work or from whatever task that you are doing. And then you can also feel like you are easily get irritable with the smallest things that would irritate you. Say, example, your kids will just ask you for something and you will just yell right away, or there is this task that your boss wants you to do, and the simplest task that you can imagine, and you just thought that it's this boss or this person is just being personal with you already, and they just want you to get tired, whatever that thoughts that's gonna bother you. And yeah, that's already the sign too that you're about to burn out. And then of course, because all of these emotions, excitement and feeling high from the honeymoon starts to fade away, so the onset of burnout usually begins as early as 3 months that you are on this task, some a month. So it would actually depend, and some may take years or a year. But if you feel like you are already being resentful, if you feel like you're being anxious, that feeling that you are afraid of something that you don't know what, and you're like just restless and you feel cold, that's anxiety. And I know how it feels, it's so bad. And of course, you avoid making decisions because you don't want to make mistakes, and you have lower productivity compared to your early stage, is your honeymoon stage. If you're a mom, if before you really like the washing poop or wiping your kids' poop on their diaper, now you're like, you don't want to do it. Or some simple tasks that your boss will give you, that before you over deliver, now you are under delivering, or you're just being average already. And so you also don't want to talk to anyone, and you try to starts to withdraw, and you have this feeling. It's either you starts to binge eating, or you eat a lot, or you are not eating so much. So it could be you're gaining weight or losing weight in an unhealthy way, and you easily get tired, and you neglect your personal needs. Like before example, you always go to salon to fix your hair, or you always go to somewhere, or even meditation or praying. You are no longer doing that. You're not eating healthy. So something that's not like you, when you feel like something, this is not me, something is going on. So at that earliest stage, we need to recognize that we are about to burn out already. Stage 3. Stage 3 is where the chronic or the long-term stress starts to begin. And when you are not able to catch yourself or recognize the early onset of burnout, now you will go to this chronic stage, and it's not good. But it's not yet too late, whatever stage that you are right now in your burnout, it's not too late. So what are the signs of chronic stress? Wow, so it is when you're just tired all the time. You go to work, or you just wake up in the morning, and then you go to work no longer fresh, and by the moment you clock in, you're already saying, I'm tired. Have you ever felt that way? Like, you already slept well tonight, or because you haven't slept well, because you're already burning out, now you go to work and you're just tired. Or with your business, you just not so motivated to continue, and you feel like you want to give up, and you start to procrastinate. Like, tomorrow I'll do that, tomorrow I will do this. Or you are already late with your deadlines, and you are not just being productive anymore. And it's just so, the feeling is just, you're so low, and you're getting depressed and unsatisfied. You easily get frustrated for stuff, and you feel like you are already into having some aggressive behaviors, especially with your kids. Because sometimes with kids, we can just easily do the things that we want to do compared to our workmates. But you are now being aggressive to your kids, yelling at them here and there, or your husband, or with your coworker. You're just being told to do something in a very nice way. Now you're reacting, and they can physically see that in you, and you're just being rude and mean to everybody. So that is, already at the stage, like, you are already in this burnout for a long time, like maybe 2 years or 3 years in that task. You're feeling pressured all the time, and you're feeling threatened because you feel like you're not just enough. You are not doing enough. And of course, with your husband, maybe you're no longer having this drive to make love. And worst is, you're now into alcohol or smoking, when before you weren't, or you have already increased your consumption with these stuff. So yeah, that is no longer normal, and know that it is a sign of burnout, and it's just not good. You need to pay attention and do something at this moment in your life, because you are already wasting this precious moments that you're supposed to enjoy with your family, especially, or your friends, or your coworkers. And life is meant to be enjoyed, and just feeling unhappy because of all the things that's going on is already a waste of time. Stage 4 is the stage when you are already burning out. And so what are those signs, that you're already into it? It is when you are already so negative with everything and anything. You think that nothing's gonna work. You are already hopeless about whatever. And you have so much doubt within yourself because you think you are just not worthy. You are not worthy of anything because you felt like you are not enough. And so in this stage, what are the physical signs? It's when your blood pressure is shooting up. You are having GI problems. So, you're feeling bloated. You have so much. You felt like there's so much air in your tummy, and you are being hyperacidic, and you're constipated maybe, and you're just not digesting your food enough. It's when your body can already feel your burnout. It's been absorbed in your system because you've been suffering with it for the longest time, like maybe 3 years or 4 years and 5 years that you are just tolerating anything that's going on, and you're just tolerating this ugly emotions, this burnout, and that is when you neglect your personal needs. You're not doing exercise, you're not drinking the right amount of water, you are not eating the right food, you're just not taking good care of yourself. So take note, not taking good care of yourself at this point in time. If you are feeling like that, you could be in a stage of burnout. And what else? Could have obsession with your problems, like you keep on thinking about your problems, you keep on thinking of the things that you don't have, you're no longer grateful of the things that is going on with your life, and so you think you are now changing as a person. When before you were happy all the time, now you're being grumpy. Now you don't have interest in doing the things that you used to love in the past. And so you're feeling depressed and you're just not satisfied of what's going on with your life. And you're just feeling so low, and it affects the whole system. Like, it affects your family. Your family's also unhappy, especially your kids. They don't like you anymore. They don't want to be with you, or your husband is maybe also making some distance, or your co-workers are no longer talking to you, and you just feel alone, like no one else is there for you. And so if you are that, if you're feeling like that, you're always having headaches, you're just not being you. So take note of that, because it could lead to a bigger problem, which is stage 5. Stage 5. So stage 5 is the last stage of burnout. It is when you already have burnout in your system. So this is already a habit. You're having habitual burnout. Burnout is already a part of your pattern. It's already a part of your life. So what do you do when you're already burned, at this stage? That burnout is already a habit. So it is when you are already depressed. You have this chronic mental and physical fatigue. You just don't have the motivation anymore to get back to life. You are just so sad that nothing would ever satisfy you. And now maybe you are already prescribed an antidepressant medicine if you went to the doctor. But some people who are in this stage, they are still on denial, and they are not seeking for help or professional help. It is when you go to work, you still function, but you just have the drive for life anymore. And your kids can no longer rely on you. Maybe you already left them or your husband or your family because they had so much. I mean, they already had enough of you. You just don't have the drive anymore. You're tired of doing anything. Sometimes you're just pretending to be happy, but the truth is inside you are hurting, or you're feeling isolated and you're alone in this world. And you just couldn't help it. And so we don't want these burnout things. So I encourage you, so if you can just recognize burnout on an early stage, or like if you are on the honeymoon stage, you can easily shift, and just being aware that you could burn out after the honeymoon phase. So this is where clarity and self-awareness is important. So you should be able to know what's going on with your life, and so you can take action and you can start going back and taking care of yourself, because we don't want to burn out.